What was supposed to be a nice family lunch turned into one of the scariest, behind-the-scenes moments in reality TV history. This moment would end Kody Brown's time on TLC for good. The garden lunch filming with Robyn Brown, her kids, and Kody was meant to be a calm PR move. It was supposed to be a peaceful answer to people getting worried about the family drama on TV. Robyn's oldest son, Dayton Brown, had never liked being on camera. But today was different. Something inside him just broke. Around noon, a 3-person crew showed up. A sound person, a camera person, and an assistant producer. But instead of fake smiles or unwilling cooperation, they met a wall of tension so thick you could almost feel it. Dayton wouldn't wear a microphone. He paced back and forth on the back porch. When the camera person tried gently to move the shot to include him, everything fell apart. Dayton exploded. His voice wasn't just angry. It was raw, like an animal, deep and growling. He yelled, "You're not filming me anymore. She's being poisoned by you. All of us are." And then he jumped forward. Chaos happened next. The boom mic crashed into a chair nearby. The cameraman lost his balance and hit his face on a stone planter. Blood splattered on the camera lens. Robyn screamed. Instead of trying to hold back Dayton, Kody ran outside, not to protect anyone, but to fight. His eyes blazed with anger, not at Dayton, but at the crew. "Why the hell didn't you turn the camera off sooner?" he yelled. "Hi, friends. Welcome back. I'm Sienna, and this is TLC Future." That explosive footage was never shown on TV. TLC's top bosses held an emergency online meeting behind locked studio doors in Burbank. What came out of it was final and cold. Kody Brown was done. He was no longer safe for the network, not as a father figure, not as a narrator, not even as a TV personality. The announcement came from Julia Wright, the show's longest-workings executive producer. Her voice was like steel. "Kody, we're done. We're now building a show around your falling-apart ego. One of our crew is in the hospital. You've turned this family into a war zone." Kody said nothing. He sat in his Arizona home office. The walls had old family pictures and fake leather furniture. His jaw was locked tight, like he was biting back the truth that everything was over. His jaw was clenched so hard, it seemed like he might grind his teeth to dust. "This is impossible," he growled. "Oh," Julia replied flatly. "We've already made it happen." Right away, the screen went black. Hours passed before Robyn found him leaning in his chair, staring into space. The TV was turned down low, showing images he wasn't seeing. On his desk sat a bottle of whiskey, a half-empty bottle that hadn't been used for years until that night. His eyes looked crazy and wild. "They killed me," he said as she walked in. "They destroyed my legacy." But Robyn didn't walk toward him. She didn't sit down. She didn't put her hand on his. Instead, she stayed perfectly still. "Kody, you ruined your own legacy," she spoke up, her words quiet. "You let the show rot from the inside. You dragged our children into this mess, and now Dayton's broken again because of you." Kody jumped out of his chair. "You're turning against—" "Me too, Robyn. I'm leaving." The words hung strange and careful. It took a second to understand. The one wife who had never disobeyed him, his most loyal one, his strongest supporter, was leaving. "Dayton's coming with me. I'm going to St. George," she continued, her voice steady. "Don't call. Don't follow. And don't you dare try to make this part of your comeback story. What's left of this family still deserves peace." Kody's voice cracked as he begged. "Robyn, you can't do this to me." But she stared away. "This was not something I did. It was something you did. Now live in the mess you created." Meanwhile, States away from Arizona, Meri Brown was quietly planning a revolution. She hadn't been surprised by Kody's firing. Far from it. She'd actually seen it coming even before Dayton's outburst. She was writing a statement because Meri was no longer sitting in the dark. For the first time in more than 10 years, she'd stopped trying to defend the family story and started preparing to tear it down. Her private memoir, hidden for 3 years, had become something bigger than a tell-all book. It was a safe full of financial papers, secret deals, betrayals, and emotional neglect. But Meri didn't just want to publish it. She wanted TV time. And TLC, willing to save its falling-apart franchise, gave her exactly that. A 6-part confession series, raw and uncut and ruthless. She didn't hesitate. Her first interview was filmed in a tiny studio just outside Salt Lake City. The setup was simple. A single wooden chair, soft lighting, and a side table covered with old contracts, printed messages, and a manila folder marked Robyn's Deals. She faced the camera with her back straight. Her tone was measured. Her words careful. "I let them tell my story for years," she started. "Now I'm telling it myself." And then she dropped the first bombshell. As early as season 8, Robyn had been making secret deals behind the scenes. What Meri said next exploded across the internet. Robyn had, since season 8, gotten a private agreement with TLC promising her extra money for emotionally intense episodes, especially those showing her children or pushing her victim story. The other wives were never told. Instead, they were lied to, thinking Robyn's starring role was just because audiences wanted more of her. "I still remember when they cut my entire segment," Meri said, her voice cracking with leftover pain. "We had filmed at a retreat for grief recovery. It was the most raw I'd ever been on camera. But when the episode aired, I wasn't even in the credits." Next came a detailed timeline. Robyn's shell companies, real estate transfers Kody